Welcome back to another day of the Budget Bootcamp. I want to go over a couple things today. One of the main things I want to talk about is psychology, because psychology is very important with trading. Of course, you hear it all the time. It's 80-90% of trading is psychology. I hate to be the guy to tell you, but it's very true. You do have to have good psychology. Having a great strategy, of course, that's great. But if you don't have the psychology to actually hold these trades or kind of be able to take a loss and continue trading the exact same way over and over again, then you're going to be fucked, like literally. So psychology is important. We're going to talk about that. We're talking about what we're going to be doing with the next live stream. Tomorrow's live stream will be regular, 7 p.m. All right. But the following day, which would actually be Thursday, we're going to be doing a New York session, live trading session, live stream, which means you guys are going to be with me while I trade NASDAQ. We're already up. We're going to go over it right now, but we're already up really big this week on NASDAQ. If you guys are not in the NASDAQ signal room, then you don't really know what I'm talking about. But I've been sending out NASDAQ signals to a private group that I kind of did at the beginning of October now, or the beginning of September, and now the beginning of October as well. It's not open to the public at all. So you guys who are interested in that, I apologize, it's not open. But we're up like 6,000, I think, 6,000, 7,000 pips so far this month. Last month, we ended up closing at 14,000. So just been killing it. So we're going to actually be live trading that. Of course, don't always expect just because we're doing a live trading session on one random day doesn't mean we're going to have a winning signal. But the main purpose of it is for you guys to actually sit there, watch it, really learn from it, and kind of see what the process is, what I go through mentally when trading. I don't want you guys to go on there and risk your entire accounts or anything. That's not what we're doing. We're live trading in a sense of I'm teaching you guys exactly how I trade and kind of going through the mental process of it. So again, that's going to be Thursday morning London session, which is about 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So be there, man. That's going to be a big one. You don't really want to watch the stream of that. You want to be there live. So try and be there. Okay. Yeah. A couple of you guys are already in that room. And I see you guys pretty much talking about how you made a shit ton of money, which is good because that's what we've been doing. Now, let's get into a little lesson, man, about psychology. Here's the thing. Psychology is very important. Okay. When it comes to trading, losing is normal. You're going to lose. Okay. Going on a losing streak is normal. You're going to go on losing streaks, but it's not about, the losing streak or how much have you lost that makes you the trader. It's how you come back from those losses or how you handle those losses. Now, you got to be a trader who could take, 2 or 3 losses in a row and still be able to come back and continuously use the same strategy. What I mean by that is if the strategy / setup is not there, you're not going to take that trade. You took 2 losses in a row. Don't chase that trade. You cannot do that. And I cannot stress this enough. You cannot chase trades. Just because, once again, you lost a couple trades in a row, do not go chase the markets looking for setups because you want your money back. You cannot do that. Okay, that's step number 1. Now, step number 2. It's not really a step, but it's tip number 2. Okay. When actually trading and taking these trades, no matter what the setup is, obviously we're looking at breakouts in this instance, but no matter what it is, you cannot risk more percentage to gain previous percentages that you lost. Now, what I mean by that is, let's say you have a $1,000 account and you're down $700. That next trade that you take, you cannot try and get that $300 back because a lot of people do that. It's actually a big, big mistake that a lot of traders make is they chase not just trades, but they chase those profits back. So if you lost 150 on one trade and 150 on the second trade, then your third trade, you should still be risking the same amount. You should not up your percentage and start trying to put in, if you're doing a 0.10, don't try to put a 0.25, 0.30 to get all that money back. It's not worth it. Because if that one loses, then instead of losing 150, you're going to lose like $300-400. Now you're really down bad. So the biggest tip I can give you guys, don't chase trades and do not chase profits. What I mean by that, again, don't go for what you lost just in one trade. Do what you've been doing. Keep risking 5% of your account. All right. Now, with that being said, you're going to lose. We all lose. We take L's. Like even in my NASDAQ group, we've taken a couple L's. It's very rare. I actually don't think we've had one day. I think we had 1 or 2 days last month that was a losing day in general. Usually when we lose, we come back with a re-entry and we win. But again, if you do the strategy the right way, the way I'm teaching you guys, it's gonna be very hard for you to lose anyways. Okay. So if you are losing a lot of trades in a row, but you need to take a step back, get on the demo, practice some more, keep working towards your goals because you shouldn't be losing that much. It's just not with this strategy. It's not how it works. But again, if you do go on a 2, 2, 3 losing streak, that's okay. That's normal too. So keep that in mind. But I'm talking about 5, 6, 7 losses. Then it's like, okay, you're just chasing trade. At that point, you're chasing trades for sure. You definitely don't want to do that. Okay. Now, another thing that I can't stress to you guys enough, that's going to go hand in hand with psychology is, of course, risk management. Now, if you're going to risk 3% per trade, then you continuously risk 3% per trade. There's no such thing as the markets are moving better today than they were yesterday. I'm going to risk 6% per trade. You don't want to do that because at the end of the day, you're messing with your own psychology. Okay. So the last thing you want to do is swap around not just the percentages that you're risking, but the strategy that you're using, the sessions that you're trading during. Okay. And all that good stuff. If you're trading GJ during London session, always trade GJ during London session, meaning you take a couple losses, you're done for the night. Don't wake up the next day. Oh, there's a good GJ setup, even though it's 2 p.m. It's not even London session. Just don't take that trade. Stick to your trading plan. Stick to that session guideline that you've been following and don't change it up. Because yes, there might be times where, there's a setup during New York session that does look good and maybe it does play out, but that's not going to happen every time. Okay. So don't focus on other sessions. And this goes back to my main point, chasing trades. Okay. Stick to your sessions, stick to those couple losses per night at the most, if that's what you want to stick to. I would say 2. If you want to do 3, I mean, you could do 3, but I say 2 losses at the most, and then you stop. Okay. Stick to all those things. Now, another big tip that I can give you guys, what was it? I was just thinking about it. It was a good one. Yeah, that one slipped my mind. It was a good one. It'll come back to me for sure. Okay. Is there any questions you guys have on, the psychological aspect of trading? Like anything that you guys have noticed happens to you when trading that it kind of fucks with your mental, or things that you just can't grasp and you keep losing because of it? How/when do you compound? Yeah, we're gonna talk about withdrawing and stuff too in a minute, but I pull out too early. So here's the thing. Pulling out, yeah, that's the thing is, if you're taking out profits too early or you're closing your trade too early, you're gonna have problems. The biggest thing I could tell you is obviously we don't have a set take profit, but you just got to trail your stop loss. Like I've been trying to teach you guys, trail it a decent amount, but don't be too aggressive with it. If it comes back and it hits your stop loss, that's it. That's not really you getting out too early. You followed your trading plan and it got hit. But again, trail your stop loss, but don't be too aggressive with it. Okay. Maybe stay back at least 2 candles, right? Give it 10 minutes, right? 2 candles, and then go to that next candle. Someone said they're still having troubles with the breakouts. They don't know if they should be breaking out or they should be waiting for a breakout to the upside or downside. So that's very simple. Again, you start with market structure. Is market structure bullish or bearish? If you are overall trading to the upside, you only look for buy breakouts. That's it. Don't look for sells. Again, you only look for sells if you're in bearish market structure. Now, there's times where as it's breaking out, you are going to actually switch market structures. That's okay to sell or buy in those opportunities. But again, it's very rare that you're going to find a counter trend trade. A lot of the times you want to just stay in that bullish or bearish market structure and look for buys or sells according to what market structure you're in. So that's how you know if you're looking for buys or sells. Market structure is key. Other than market structure, it's just a breakout of a support or resistance, which means there has to be a support or resistance that's created. You don't just market structure is bullish, it's moving up. Let me take this buy. You got to find that resistance first before you take that buy. You got to find that support first before you take that sell. If it's not there, you don't trade. You're going to have days where you don't trade. That's another huge psychology lesson. There's going to be days where you don't trade. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, you get on there, there's no, like, you're in a bearish market structure, price is moving without you, there's no support. Just don't take a sell just because you're like really pushing it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go over today's NASDAQ setup as well. Letting profit go into negative. I don't know what you mean. How many trades a day do you take on NAS? I take one. One trade, sometimes a re-entry, but I don't take more than one trade. Very, very, very rarely. What time would you say you catch these GJ trades during London? It just depends. It could be an hour before London or 2 hours into London. It just depends. The latest time that I'll trade during New York session. That's a good question. I've traded as late as 10 a.m., which would be about, for me, give or take 3.5 hours into New York session. I don't recommend trading any deeper than that, though. I really don't. I don't recommend trading 4.5, 5 hours after. I wouldn't recommend getting in that trade. You're already risking it if you get in 11. So yeah, 10, 11, 12. It would be 1 p.m. Eastern time would pretty much be the latest. No, not 10 p.m. It would be 10 a.m. Pacific time, because we're talking about New York session. What's the earliest you'll trade New York session? So New York session starts at 6:30 a.m. New York time, or I'm sorry, not New York time. Pacific time. New York time would be 9:30. This is Central time. Okay, so 9:30 a.m. Central time is the start. Now, as far as I'm gonna go, no, it's not. Is that Central time? No, not Central. I'm sorry. EST. What is EST again? What does it stand for? Eastern. I'm sorry. Not, yeah, exactly. Not Central, Eastern time. I think Central is 2 hours ahead of me. So 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, Central is 2 hours. Okay. So someone said, how early will I trade it? I'll trade it an hour before. I try not to go too early because there's not a lot of volume, but I'll trade it an hour before. So 5:30, 6:30-ish Pacific time. That's pretty much as early as I'll go. Yeah, 8:30. 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Too many time zones. Now, oh, that's what I was going to say too. Somebody asked about withdrawing. So here's how it's going to go. Here's how I did it and how you should do it. Okay. I'm going to use a 10K account for reference. I don't know what you guys have. Okay. Let's say you got a $10,000 account. You're risking 5% per trade. Okay. You're risking $500 per trade and you're averaging a $1,500 win.